Hi, it's Murray from MBM. I wanted to address a question I'm often asked. Amateur versus professional musician. It's more than money, folks. You know, I've heard some professional musicians that are terrible in my time, but they get paid, so they're professional. I've also heard some amateur players who don't receive a cent, who are some of the finest players I've ever heard. So it's more than money. It's about the job and it's about attitude. That's my opinion, and it's only my opinion. I am a professional musician. I make my living out of music, and I need to make my living, otherwise this video would be on candle paper with a whole series of drawings. But first of all, let's address attitude. One of the things that you do find working with creative people and working with all sorts of people, attitude, I'm not talking ego. Often you'll encounter people that have a massive ego and a tremendously high opinion of themselves. I'm not talking about that. That's up to them. And if you've earned it, flaunt it. Great, no problem. Usually you find the people that carry on like that are not the people who have the high levels of ability. It's about preparing yourself to play. Do you shine your instrument before you play? Do you turn up dressed appropriately? Now, I'm not talking, when I was a kid, my dad used to turn up. He would say the moment you got out of the car, you put your uniform jacket on, even if it was 40 degrees, and you wore your hat. If you didn't wear your uniform hat, you got your bum kicked. That's part of it. I'm not that fussed. I'm not a big one on that. But if it says you're in this uniform, do you wear that uniform? I hate people that turn around and they say, look, we're wearing all blacks today, and people turn up with blue jeans. That's just not professional in my book. Uniform, appearance, attitude. Do you get to the gig on time? Are you there? As a band leader, I really don't like it when players walk in with 2 seconds before you walk on stage. Now, in this day and age, we've got phones, we've got emails, we've got Facebook, we've got Messenger, we've got 1,000 ways that we can communicate. But I need to know as a band leader, is my first trumpet player going to be there on time? If he's not, why not? If he's stuck in traffic, I can go, well, I can adjust for that. But if he's just turning up and going, I don't care, that's not professional. So attitude is there. Attention to detail is professional. But the biggest difference here, if you're playing in your local town band and you're playing really, really well, professional's got nothing to do with your playing ability. But you can make a mistake and we can go, we made a mistake. Yeah, cool, that's it. The professional who's working in the orchestra pit, playing the same show 7 or 8 times a week for 6 months, every time that book must be the same. You're not being paid to play your own version. You're not being paid to jazz it up just because it sounds good, or you're not being paid to miss a page or miss an entry. You're being paid, your job as a professional is to play that book exactly the way it's written every time, because the audience is different. You've got to be the same, and that quality has to be there. So how do we attain that? I like to think so many of my players, whether they're paid or not, are professionals. They certainly are in my book. Some of the guys that play in my community band are the most professional people you would ever meet. Their attention to detail, their preparation, they turn up, they do the same job, they do the job properly every time. And as a conductor, it's an absolute pleasure to work with them because they're reliable. The amateurs are people that just play for enjoyment. There's nothing wrong with that. Or don't bother telling you that they're coming to play. Or don't bother to turn up because suddenly, oh look, the cat was sick this morning, so I can't be bothered to come to your performance. I can't be bothered to let you know. That's amateurism. When you're a professional and you're in the pit and you're working, even if you've run over the cat on the way out, sorry, you've still got a job to go to. And people are not paying you to play badly because your cat's demised. They're paying you to do that job. They're paying you to do that way every time. It's an interesting difference. And it's not just about how much you get paid or the money that you get paid, etc. It's about attitude. And I really stress to people, young players particularly, you can have the most professional attitude in the world from day one. If you take care of your instrument, you take care of your playing, you take care to do the right thing properly each time, you too are a professional. If you want to just play for fun and muck around, great. I have no problems with that. But don't let that be the reason that your band doesn't play to its best of its ability. And be prepared at times not to get the winning seat, not to get the top chair, not to get the solo, because you're not going to give it the job. The contest will be there, and when you walk out the contest stage to conduct, you suddenly find that your principal player is missing because they couldn't be bothered turning up. That's not professional. So there's a very fine line between amateur and professional. It's not about whether you get paid or not. It's about your attitude, and it's about your preparation, and it's about your professionalism. Anyone can be a professional. Not all of us get paid. Cheers.